Does tracking calories even make sense anymore? Or is it just another negative tool which destroys your relationship with food? Especially with the recent rise of the so-called body positivity movement, counting calories seems to get viewed more and more like an unhealthy gadget of the fitness industry to keep people on their customer list. But is that actually true? Can you lose weight and develop a balanced relationship with food without tracking a single calorie? Or is it just an illusion? Well, the answer is not that simple. But by the end of this video, you will understand why there are two sides of the sword and how to combine them in a logical way. Let's start figuring out why counting calories gets all the negative attention recently. Out of my own experience, I can actually confirm that counting calories can get very addictive and can lead to an unhealthy obsession. What I experienced to be the most dangerous combination is to track your calories and simultaneously stick to a very low calorie diet. Way too less calories than you would actually need in order to function properly. This combination of calorie doom, as I will call it for this video, has two root causes. The first being looking at influencers, bodybuilders or models on social media and the urge to want to look as thin or shredded as they do. And secondly, the lack of patience and the neglection of longevity. People want to look as their favorite fitness model and want to look like that in 3 weeks. To be completely honest, that was me in my first years of lifting. I wanted to get shredded as fast as possible, and in order to achieve this, I created a huge calorie deficit which I would never be able to stick to in the long term. Long story short, I fell into the trap of binge eating. I created a video about this, you can check it out in the info box, right here or right there. But does tracking calories get addictive for everyone who starts out implementing it into their daily routines? The answer is no. There are just people who are more likely to develop an addiction. Let's use a little bit of imagination and imagine a person which is overweight and maybe not into fitness. Let's call this person Nicholas. Nicholas wants to change his life by getting into shape. What he needs for this is, Nicholas needs a huge grip for how he has to eat in order to get in shape. But Nicholas never really cared about what he ate. He's eating at McDonald's for breakfast, Cheetos as a snack, and for lunch and dinner he orders at the nearest fast food restaurant. And on top of that, he drinks soft drinks as well. I know this story is a little bit over-exaggerated, but I think the core message comes through. I myself had absolutely no clue what I was doing with my nutrition when I first was getting started with training. I knew I had to lose weight, but I didn't have the knowledge on how to do it properly. But let's get back to the story. It's obvious that Nicholas has to change. He must stick to a certain daily calorie intake in order to get in shape and build muscle. And that's where tracking calories comes out of the dust. Remember, Nicholas hasn't got a single clue what he ate for the last 23 years of his life. How in the world would he actually be able to figure out what he has to eat and how much he has to eat without tracking calories? You see, in this situation, it is the only way to change Nicholas' life for the better by tracking calories. These situations, as with Nicholas, are very common nowadays in our fast food controlled society. I love that Nicholas, and maybe you behind the screen, want to change their life, but you have to sacrifice something for it, and that is tracking calories. Only by this trait you will learn how much food you can and should eat. For the most part, nobody is a nutrition expert when first getting started with fitness. If you are irritated by all the different information given on the internet, let me explain my approach, which worked for me perfectly fine. If you struggle with your eating habits, make a big step forward by tracking all your calories you consume in one day. Then look at the result and question yourself, what was really necessary? Which of these foods were healthy and which weren't? Try to analyze objectively which adjustments could be made to lower your calorie intake and how to level up the quality of your calories you eat. Try to stick to a stable, balanced diet which lets you achieve the results you want. Track your calories for a longer period of time to get a feeling on how much calories certain foods contain. You will see that you will become pretty advanced in this task relatively fast. Once you've figured out how this game works, you can slowly start reducing tracking frequency and analyze on how it works for you. You can track your calories forever if you feel like it's helping you with your goals and you don't feel obsessed with it. Remember, everything takes time and mistakes are so humanly as we are. Don't give up. I believe in every one of you. I hope this video was able to clear the air about tracking calories. Of course, that's just my opinion on the topic and I'm talking out of my experience. I'm also very interested what you think about this topic. Let me know in the comments down below. Would you agree with me, or do you think that tracking calories is toxic? I'm very curious. Stay safe and hopefully see you in the next video.